Hey, I got a lot of people asking me and saying like, Jeff, why do you hate scumbag pastors? I mean, they don't say scumbag pastors. They like pulpit pimps and fake preachers and people going around lying saying they're preachers and pastors. Why is there so much hate that you have for them? Well, the reality is I don't hate them. I hate what they're doing. You know, the person's always worth saving. If they turn from what they're doing and turn their life to God, everybody, you can't outrun the long arm of love. You can't outrun it. And God will save you just like that sinner, that cross that's represented over there that's attached to God, you know, and he's dying on the cross, man. Up to the last minute, God will take you no matter where you've gone. God, you can't outrun it. But why such a vengeance that do I have against pulpit pimps and scumbag pastors? Let me tell you a story. I knew this pastor, young guy, got his first church. And then he was really excited because, you know, he was kind of doing his own thing. He'd been under covering of another church, another pastor, and broke off and started his own deal. And, I mean, you know, like a lot of people, he got into financial trouble and had to file Chapter 13 bankruptcy. And the church was in trouble. And, you know, there's civil litigation going against this guy. Anyway, this guy was having a really hard time. He'd started this church, things were going good, and he'd reached a point in his life when he was, you know, mid-30s. I get maybe an early midlife crisis. Anyways, it's no excuse for it. This guy, a scumbag pastor, took advantage of one of his young church members. In that, he was leading a youth group. There's a girl there named Nadia. She was, I think, 16 at the time. And like pastors shouldn't do, he, you know, was counseling her one-on-one. Some stuff that she was going through, all teenagers, knucklehead, brain donor teenagers. She was beautiful. I mean, she definitely didn't look 16. She could have been 26, you know. She's one of those really mature, good-looking ladies. Anyways, he's counseling her, doing his stuff. And they were over at his house. His wife was gone. And he counseled a lot of people in his living room. Well, anyways, one thing leads to another. And he ends up sleeping with her. Having sex with her. I mean, they both knew it was wrong afterwards and just wanted to hush it. And I mean, we called the people that knew this pastor called him Pastor Nunyo, because he was fond of saying none your business. Who I sleep with is none your business. In fact, he used to joke around about, you know, people's knowledge of God. Hey, it's none your business. I'll tell you what you need to know of God. Just give me your money. Guy's a total scumbag. So anyways, he has sex with this girl. She's 16 at the time, which is statutory rape. Then he gets a call from her mother. And she's acting all crazy. And her mother didn't know anything about this. So Pastor Nunyo goes over and is talking with her. She says, Nadia, man, what's up? Man, you're acting crazy. She says, I'm pregnant. He looks at her and says, well, who's the father? She looks at him like he's out of his mind. Like, wait, what are you, nuts? You're the father. It's your baby. That kind of rocked him back. Now he's in a real pickle. He's married. In fact, his wife was pregnant. They just found out. And what would it do to his church? All that kind of stuff. Anyways, he decides to tell her to have an abortion. And he justifies it. You're young, you have your life ahead of you, and I'm married, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, he totally justified it. And so she did. She had an abortion. And it's a shame that babies that are aborted don't get an obituary. There's no obituary on aborted babies. Anyways, tragic part of this story is 3 weeks after she had the abortion, she committed suicide. And the gut-wrenching part was that in the suicide note she said, she said, I just can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Because every time I say him, Pastor Nunyo, I see him, which is the baby that she aborted. Now, Pastor Nunyo, he's admitted that he feels guilty about this and feels guilty every day. Of course, he won't tell his wife what the real truth is, but the reason he feels guilty, is because his mom wanted to abort him, and she didn't. So he has to live with that he took that choice. It's going to impact him for the rest of his life. Not only that he aborted that baby, but he also caused the suicide of a really precious young lady. But had the truth come out, probably would have lost his church, probably would have gone to jail for statutory rape, all that other kind of stuff. So, and there's a lot of pastors like that running around, man. Pimps in the pulpit. Pimps in the pulpit. And just one story why I hate scumbag pastors. Something to think about. God bless you.